Studio with a drip, mine too tight. Go talk some up, look grew up rich, I grew up poor. Had to hustle, be mature. That's my point of view. That's my point of view.
Yo, what's good, everybody? It's your girl Gigi Lemaine, aka Inkosazane Sekasi, and it's a new dawn, okay? I am super excited because POV has taken stuff to the next level, and you know what? A queen needs other kingdoms to rule this podcasting space, and POV is introducing for the first time today hashtag Shabeen Chats. I am super excited. Shout out to our people in the building. It's a good one for POV, but of course I am not on my own. I don't know if I should introduce you guys or if you guys want to introduce yourselves to our people.
You
our
introduce
POV
us,
gang.
it's fine. Introduce us, please.
All right. And in the corner, weighing in but bringing to you guys one of the most awesome thinkers, I think, to brace our century. She's definitely going to be the moral compass of the chats. Za, thank you so much for joining us, and a big boop boop.
Yeah.
And on my left, an extremely problematic young lady coming in from my 2000s, the age of Kilimanjaro. That's where they're at, right? Right? That's where they're at. And also an extremely problematic name, Mbali.
Oh, this is hilarious.
To my right, the shittiest talker I know. And of course, he is going to stir the pot. He made the pots to be done and probably will. He is the wild card. Black Slim.
Thank you for having me.
Guys.
Thank you for having me.
Welcome to POV. I'm really excited about this.
I am.
Thank you.
I'm very interested to see what's going on in there.
Yeah. Okay. So this is scary for me because we need to get into that.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
So for anybody who is at home and needs to understand how this works, this is called the shibin. Name it what you like, name it what you don't like it to be, but this is the shibin.
Yeah.
This is how we start off some of our chats just to get everybody in the mood. And I don't know, I just feel like it's really bad that I'm going to pick out the first one, but can I just like use affirmative action and the fact that this was actually my show before you took over and you take the thing first?
Absolutely.
All right, let's go.
Absolutely. Don't be shy.
Oh, I'm not. I'm not.
Not too clearly than the answer.
Sips.
Yeah.
How long is the hoeing phase?
Well, can I ask for men or for women?
For everybody.
It's different already.
Zero.
It should be different.
What?
I mean, I think for men it should be different for women. I think in fact, you know what? Let me start with the ladies. Let me start with the ladies. How long, Gigi? How long do you think a whole phase should be? 2 months.
Whole phase is 2 months.
Okay.
Wait.
Whole phase is 2 months of hoeing until you find the right guy to unhole yourself for.
So, wait.
Then you carry on.
Also, time yourself for 2 months.
Yes, to
So
unhole
your whole
yourself.
phase, the honeymoon phase, basically.
Whole phase, yeah. Then
that
you
what you're
get
saying?
into a real relationship or you move on to the next part of your whole phase.
Wait, so this whole phase is dependent on meeting the right person, then you stop completely?
Sometimes I do. Yeah, sometimes.
So the whole phase starts. Whoa. Between whole phase and dating, nah. If you're saying you're finding your person, then that person takes you out of the whole phase, right? When do you find yourself?
Slim, no. What is the whole phase? Let's
Yeah, maybe
actually-
that's what
fine.
we should be
Let's start
defining.
there.
Yeah.
Let's start there.
Whole phase is when you are single and ready to mingle.
Okay.
You understand? So you're out exploring. You're picking the berries. You're not eating all the berries, but you're picking them, right? And then once you decide, you just like pick from one tree.
Okay.
You don't have to eat from all the trees, guys.
Okay.
Okay.
But you can kind of like taste it. Mbali.
2 months.
5 years. For me,
I.
it's okay.
Okay, so the 2000s, Mbali,
I don't
you
believe
guys
in
go
love.
through your whole phase.
That's
I don't
nice.
believe in love.
Okay, well.
You don't believe.
You don't believe in love?
No, I don't.
Why?
Yo. Yo.
Honestly, you guys just
Yo, bro. Yo,
So
how
how
far
do
do you
you
want to
so-
go?
So how do you know when to stop your?
Unless everyone to hear those topics.
Yeah, I'm so confused right now.
Yo.
Please,
Wait,
Mbali.
I just feel like you guys just like Nfuna, a lifetime partner to be there with you until you die.
That's what we want.
Umuntu ohlekisana naye basho nje abantu abadala ngithi umuntu ohlekisana naye.
Okay.
Company.
Yeah, exactly.
So you like a companion. You don't believe in romantic love.
No, I do, but at a certain time, like it's almost like, are we really doing this?
No, but psychology does say that it starts off with wanting to be sexual, and then you go into like a romantic, and then when
It's
you
my opinion
Okay, shut up.
Okay. So when you don't believe in love,
at all.
you've never been in love.
No.
You don't want love.
Nah.
How old are you?
So about
Mbali?
love ufuna ntoni? What do you want?
Yo.
Yabona ke yabo.
No,
Zap.
guys.
Oh, ufuna love ufuna ntoni? Ufuna indoda, ufuna imali.
This feels like
A
a
friend.
friend
Yeah.
to do what?
A lifetime.
Anything-
I understand what
anything
she's
that you guys do in a
saying.
relationship, I need a friend. for
Yeah,
that.
she's right.
But you
actually.
don't want
She's
to go into a
right.
relationship.
No
No,
way.
I don't want to commit.
No way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
she
don't
wants
wanna-
to She wants to be alive and she wants
What
to
are you
live.
doing?
Well, for me, I think it should be as long as you are ready to stop hoeing. I don't think you should put a time frame to how long a whole phase should be. It could be a week, it could be a month, it could be a year, it could be until you are like, okay, I need more or I need something different.
You've been through a whole phase?
Yes.
How long?
How
did you
long
look
was
this
it?
year?
Did you say this year?
How long? I didn't say that. Have you been through a whole
Okay,
phase?
I think, yeah, it's been years, but I'm not saying. I'm not saying.
No.
I'm not saying
Years.
this year was. No, I'm just saying that I think my experience overall, it's been like okay. Let's say last year my whole phase lasted for about 3 months, 4 months.
Yeah. So I'm on record. No, wait. What's yours?
Yeah, so-
yeah.
Okay.
Slim?
Mm.
It differs between men and women.
It does. It does. Where do I start? Do I start with what a whole
Wherever
phase
you need to
is?
start.
Okay. Don't look at me like that. Okay. Why I was saying that a whole phase, men should have, I'm not saying men should have whole phases, but I'm saying it's more acceptable for men having whole phases than women having whole phases. Because what the amount of people you sleep with has an effect on the relationships you have. And it's not the same for men.
Okay.
Slim, can I just interject there very quickly?
Talk to me.
I just think Oguti abantu besilisa just the whole phase, akuyona phase. Into abayenzayo.
For us, for men. You don't think it's you think it's phases.
It's just
What you guys
something
have.
do like because
Pot and puzzle.
because like for instance she defined what a whole phase is and to somebody else a whole phase is literally having a ma'am or a wife and having somebody on the side,
Like a mistress.
right?
Gotcha.
And then to somebody else it could mean something completely different, would be, and that could be just sleeping around, right? So you're kind of right when you say men it should be different
Yes.
from women.
So you agree with
But
me? That's all.
to some extent, it's time.
Hold
To some extent, hold on. To some extent, to some degree, because men.
Do you feel like men take it too far?
No.
Because I feel like you guys take it
Let
too
me
far.
tell you, we take it
No,
too far.
No,
because
women are
let
just
me tell
brilliant
you-
at this thing.
Oh
Why?
my God.
Why-
You never
why-
know.
a woman-
Ma'am.
You guys make it seem like because we never find out, it's right.
No.
Yes, look how you guys are glowing. Just say yes. Women do it right. That's
Can
every
I
time you go on social media,
can I
that's what
please-
you see.
can I please
We whole right, like it's the right
No,
thing to
I
do.
never said we're all right.
No.
We just all smart. Like you guys, you guys stay
Okay.
getting like no for real. Okay, and this is something we have to agree with, right? You
Okay.
guys cheat with your genitals. We cheat with our hearts, and that's a huge
You see-
problem.
Yeah!
It's a huge problem. I won't lie. It's a huge problem because we will never come back. When we're done and when we cheat, and even if you say you're kicking us out, it doesn't really hurt that bad because we were done with you a long time ago. But for you guys, Shame, you try. Like, I'm your wife. You cheat with the other girl. You know. You
Can
say,
I-
don't
can
tell
I-
my wife. Whatever. Mhm.
Can I ask this? I know we've transitioned from hoeing to cheating. We're gonna go back to hoeing.
Yeah.
But with the cheating, so do you guys, by the time women cheat, naturally, does this mean the relationship is done? You're done. You're ready. You never cheat when you're not ready to leave. That's what I
Not
want to know.
necessarily.
Yeah.
No.
Nah.
Okay, so most of the time you are ready to leave by the time that you cheat.
Of course. I've been done with your wife.
Yeah.
So
So then why are you staying?
Because I don't know how to leave you. I feel really bad. Like, especially when you thank you.
Okay.
Shame,
Someone
that
do
man
comic
do
accounts.
what
It's so much like,
Okay.
oh, what goes around comes around. Even that guy is going to do to you what you did to that guy. You know, like, there's a lot of things you're
Okay.
thinking of at the time. Whereas, like, when friends and family and it's like mutual friends, now you just, how am I going to try and get out? Like, you know?
Yeah.
So for me, I just think that it's legit that, like, I'm not
Okay.
even going to lie. I think when women cheat, they're done with it. When men cheat, it's just like a good time, and that can be extremely problematic.
Exactly.
wait,
Which is why you
I'm
see,
owning it.
Do you know what
I'm
I
owning
heard?
it.
I heard in this podcast someone say, like, for a man cheating, it's like literally like, I know that I need water to survive, right? I know I need water to survive, and I can have this water every day, right? But if I go to McDonald's, I don't really want water. I want Fanta. You see? And I can have that Fanta in the moment, right? And I'll enjoy that Fanta. I wouldn't even know that I said Fanta. I'll just be like, Big Mac.
Yeah.
Yeah, give me a cool drink, right? Then I have that Fanta. Then when I'm done with the Fanta, I'm done. I'm going
need
back to
water.
water, bro. I'm going back to my diet.
No, I'm just
Right, and I'm straight, and I go back, and I have no problems, right?
need the water.
Nina,
You the one.
Nina.
You need me.
No, the
But when I'm done with the water, I'm done. If it's alcohol, then I'm having alcohol, but that alcohol is for one night, then I'm done. I don't even want to see that tequila.
That's for
Right?
sure.
But Nina, it's not the same.
Slim.
Nina, la tequila ihlala nani, it sits, it walks around with you. You text the tequila whenever you want. It's not the
You
same,
know, you're
bro.
right, because you know
It's not the same.
Keisha White and Jonah are trading weakness in me. Have you guys actually listened to those lyrics? I
dog.
need you and you. You want to mutate the guys, like. Honestly, when I'm talking like a professional cheater. I'm not a cheater. I'm not a cheater.
Okay, yeah, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back.
No,
Let's bring it
I've had
back.
enough conversations to know that men cheat with their genitals and women cheat with their hearts, and the latter can be very dangerous. Period.
Do you guys want? Can I just ask in this conversation? Do you guys want men to be like vulnerable? You know how now there's this narrative
Yes.
about
Oh,
men being
okay.
vulnerable.
I don't
Do you
know.
guys want
Slim.
men to be vulnerable?
I actually wanted to respond and say, Guti, I think inkinga nowadays is, personally, I don't think they make men like they used to. And what I mean,
Hear the room.
no, I have to say,
Hear the room.
Yes.
As if they make women the
Can I
same.
just-
But okay, I'm gonna let you. I'm gonna let you.
can I just
Okay.
If
So-
anybody wants to super sub and come in, let me know, right? Because I might need to breathe. But okay.
And with that
we're
being said,
outnumbered.
Slim, I really think, thank you for saying what you said, because I think for niggas, right, that's how it's supposed to be. But nowadays, abantu besilisa are unable to do this mem side thing. They
Yeah.
just bayamosha, like akusafani, like how probably it used to be. I don't know if it's because of the pressure, social media, or just the lifestyle or whatever it is. So I don't think what you said. I hear what you said, and I think that is a thing for some men, but aksafani like before. So it becomes very difficult now
Yeah.
to say, well, I hear you, men. It's not a big thing for them, and women just use their heart. But now it seems like there's a swap in a way, or just some men are just becoming women. Asazi ukuthi kwenzakalani.
I've actually got a question. I've got a
Yeah.
question quick fast, since there's so much testosterone in this. I want to know, do your friends put you under pressure to cheat?
To friends, to my
Your friends you guys go to groove with when you go conquering,
Yes,
to go
they do.
conquer the nation.
I think it depends.
Yes,
I
they
think
do.
I think in phases. Now, to be honest, I think in phases. I think like high school, university, whatever, right? There is that the group of men that you're around will be like, bro, because the times were different. Because times are different, right?
Yeah.
So it's like, in those times you wanna be known, you wanna get as out there as fast as possible, and as fast as possible, maybe through being out and being with the hottest girl, or being with as many women as possible. But then eventually, like you do really get men. Like me personally, I'm surrounded by men that don't do that.
I agree.
Yeah.
100%.
Do you do that?
I'm surrounded by men
No,
who
I don't.
do that. According to my knowledge, the way he do, I'ma pop him.
So let's bring it back. Do you guys think today's men are too soft?
Yeah.
Okay, you go.
Sabona wena? Sure.
No, guys.
Sure.
Okay, can I
What
please answer
can I
after?
just find out, like,
Wait.
what's the top 3 series you watched? What do you
She watched How to Get Away with Murder. She watched Murder, She Wrote.
Sure.
You know me.
What do you watch?
Get Away
Top 3 series. When you go on Netflix, what continue watching?
Watching action, crime.
What's crime?
Yeah.
How to
Really
rob his
crime.
bank.
Okay.
Action, thriller.
No.
No.
Sleep lapha phezulu when you
Yeah,
view
continue
ukuthi-
watching.
What are
What's
you
on there?
watching? What are the likely
When
reasons?
you go on
I
Netflix
research.
and it's continue
I do my
watching.
research. I do my research. I don't do continue. I don't
But
do.
on the real, that is such an important question, and I would like to answer it.
Okay.
I do not believe that men have gone soft. I just think things have become super hard for men. Like, keeping up is really hard, guys.
Very
we may
true.
say that,
Very
we
true.
may say that the submissive woman and the dominant man who is the head of the home and the woman's the neck of the home is still a thing that exists. It isn't, because we want to get 50%, the 50-50 so hard, right? We want to get, let's be honest. As women, a lot of us are like, if I can afford for myself, you better be able to afford for both. Like, there's so many double standards to that, right? And you walk into an economy that's already struggling, and this man needs to be able to put on food on the table for you and him. Do you know that when the easiest way to deal with a man in society is to accuse him of beating your ass or raping you? And no one wants to have that conversation. When he's done in terms of his social capital, right? Where does he go back to? The honest truth is that the woman, especially the black woman, has become the enemy of the black man, because we're so quick to break down our own households.
Boom.
And we don't see what the issue is. And that's why so many black men are killing themselves. Because we no longer protect them. That's what I'm saying.
True.
So have men gone soft?
King and the
No,
queen.
but life has become super hard for me. Girl, I know.
Sure.
I'm not okay.
No,
Like,
right?
but I've got brothers. No, but
Slim
for
is
real.
definitely gonna say, "All right,
I've
Gigi,
got-
don't listen to."
I'm not feeding into the narrative, but the honest truth is that, like, the household is becoming the rot. You understand? The things kids are seeing. Like, I'm sorry, like, I know I'm an independent female rapper. Yo, these niggas suck my. But when I get home to my man, I am submissive as fuck. I will wash his hands. Mina ngisaguqa. I will cook a meal for him. I will do what needs to be done, and then I can go and be a boss outside.
I love it.
Do you understand
I love
what
it.
I'm saying?
Hell,
You
value
do
in there.
that, but only if you know the man is treating you good.
Absolutely.
100%.
So
100%.
what I'm saying is, I feel like, okay, we can blame some of the upbringing, because I think that plays a big role as well.
Yeah.
In my generation, a lot of guys are soft because some of them, I know their parents, their family, and where they come from. So I think it's not something that we should leave out.
Yeah.
And some, you said that that's why a lot of them are killing themselves. I think way more men out there are killing women more than the ones who are killing
That's
themselves.
a good chat, yeah.
So you are right, but I feel like they just have to
Yeah.
find a balance somewhere. And I think you're right. Men don't really know. We know the narrative. In fact, it's not even a narrative. It's the truth. Women are loved their entire lives. Men at a certain age, if you have nothing,
I'm telling you.
it's a wrap. So they just need to find a way, make a plan, and I don't know, but there's pressure, and it's definitely not an excuse to go around killing people, killing women, killing yourself, stealing. Find a way. They're trying to do everything that they can to quit breaking in people's houses, go deep sloop, go Alex, bye, Pendela. You know, and they do get donations. And some men are like, oh, I'm definitely not doing that. I'm not going to Pick and Pay to pack plastic or anything like that. Because I'd rather be this, and I understand, but I don't think it's not excusable to harm a person or harm yourself.
I get you.
Can I ask a question now? I was actually at Pick and Pay 2 days ago, right? And before that, earlier in the week, last week, different Pick and Pays.
Yes.
Right? I'm not limiting this to just Pick and Pay. Check the 7, right? In the tills, right? I don't know when it happened, but there's no men in tills. At all.
Yeah.
Right?
That's
There
true.
is no men.
Chumi
in
nalabo
tills.
mama
Just-
bamaplastic
yeah.
bayathusa.
No men in tills, right? So, like, literally, wherever you go now, there's no, like, growing
That's
up, I used to
true.
go to the mall with my mom, and I used to say, oh, there's a guy packing, right? Now, it doesn't matter what shop I go to, you're not going to find him there, right? So my question is, why do you think that is?
Plastic.
Why do you think that is? Honest opinion.
Maybe
Why should be in Queens?
maybe
But like, don't you think?
yeah, I know. You're outnumbered.
I don't know, but
I think it's maybe it's all this affirmative action stuff. Maybe it's like you see, even with government, like, let's not lie, that whole, okay, I think it's changed now, that whole 80-20 thing, because y'all were busy watching Tabo Besta, and apparently something happened.
Yeah.
You were watching it on the news, y'all didn't
Don't
see
bring
it.
that
It's
one
something-
up,
there's
please.
something to that BEE thing, because all the blacks were here, we're like, oh my
Yeah.
God.
don't bring
It's
that
like
one up,
prison break,
please.
right? Oh yeah, konje kuzo Sean, ne? But something, there was a rule that was changed in terms of that BEE thing. Something that happened. I don't want to say things like on record because I need to actually go and like research. But there's something that has changed that has put black people again in the back. But I do know that there's a rule about women, and when you, for instance, like, if you go to the CIPC and you register a company and the shareholders are women, for some reason, like, you're rated higher. I'm just trying to, like, there's a level that you're on, you know, so if you're, especially like black women, under 35 or whatever. So I can imagine that at the ground level, there must be something that says, like, if you employ like 80% of women, this is what tax looks like. So that could also be that.
A factor.
And I'm not saying it's a good thing. You know,
Okay.
I'm not saying it's a good thing, but I think that could actually be why. I think that's probably one of the reasons why. But also, like, maybe it's a gender role thing. I don't know. Do you guys like packing?
Yeah, I wanted to.
I mean, there are men, right? There are men who genuinely have no problem starting from the bottom. There are men who genuinely have no problem going into mines, right? So I don't think it's like a guy having an issue with having to do what he has to do to feed his family, because you can go back to the genesis of it. Guys have had no problems doing whatever they need to do to feed their families, end up in jail trying to feed their families, right? So I don't think that's the problem. I just think that there's this narrative that's being pushed that men are supposed to take a back seat. And men aren't supposed to, like men are too. Yes, there can be the narrative of more men steal more than women, so maybe you can't trust a man at the till, right? I'm not saying it's just all good. Men are just literally
that's it,
roses,
Georgia.
right? It could be anything, right? But what I'm saying is, it tingles something in me to walk around into different malls,
Right.
and different stores and see that, yo, there's no men here,
Yo, actually.
like, at all.
Slim, can I just add to what you're saying? I think that's true. And what I'd like to say is, I think sometimes we shy away from just simply saying, sometimes guys in you are vumi. Like, you know, when you are like, okay, I have nothing else to do,
Yeah,
but I could try this.
yeah.
And then that spirit says, you're not going to put me through that. But maybe you are willing. I'm just making an example. I've had an entire career. I had a calling and I couldn't do anything else. And in my struggles, I tried to do something. But the minute I tried to wake up, my God would be like, you will wait. You know what I mean? So sometimes it's okay to just say, I'd rather work at a call center, or I'd rather do this, but ukuthi ngipakisho plastic checkers inhliziyo ayivumi. Like I can't just always. Sometimes it's beyond your own control.
So it's not a pride thing.
Sometimes it's not a pride thing. Sometimes you're like, okay, let me just try. Let me just do this. And then you get up and then you're like, okay. And then ungavumi khona is okay, but why would, like, you know, you going, but something you also feel like you're being disobedient to something that's stopping you from going. I don't know. And sometimes you're not even conscious of it.
Okay.
You know,
Okay.
you if you're a spiritualist, you'll know how to put the two together. But if you're not, your mother could be like, "Oh, useless, afuna ukwenza lutho." But I understand ukuthi ngiyafuna, but you can't explain it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
So for men, like, and maybe it's your God saying you are much higher than that. I'm just spending time with you, and this is what I want from you. But I'll give you the concepts, the ideas. Maybe look here, and even if you fail there, it's just to keep you busy while I'm doing this wilderness run with you.
Yeah.
But when the time is right, you'll be fine.
Can I say to that?
Yeah.
Sorry, Gigi.
It's okay.
Can I say to that? And I agree, right?
Yeah.
I agree. I also do think to some level we do need to take a level of responsibility.
Yeah.
Now, so even if I shouldn't, something is telling me I shouldn't go for this
Yeah,
job.
maybe
right?
go
This job
somewhere
is not
else.
for me.
Yeah.
Right. But that in no way, form or fashion means turn on Netflix.
Oh, absolutely. You
know what I mean?
Oh,
Because
totally.
Right.
So, I dated one guy. Let me tell you, I dated this one guy. Ne? I told you about him. I told you about him.
Tell me about him. Who is it?
Let me tell you about him. He used to visit me. My couch ended up like this because I would leave him, go work. And the worst part is this guy would say, "Go fair," but when I'm going to go gig, and I would come back. And you see, like, gender roles is also something we need to tap in just before we bring our boy PD jokes, because apparently he's in the building. So it'll be a great way to get involved in this discussion. But gender roles is also a thing, right? He used to, like, literally, Slim, I am tired. Just, please, baby, think for me. Like, just take out the meat, dog. I will come back.
And I'll make it.
And he will be like, "Mina ngito, Zulu. I'm keeping yama. I'm saying I'm gonna cook, but can you just take it out for me, baby?
Please,
I'm in traffic. I'm on the highway. Like, it's a lot." And he won't do it. So I do agree with you that it's like responsibility. Also, like, just assist.
Totally.
I don't know. I'm not saying like
100%.
100%, husband, but like assist.
Yes.
Yeah.
The smallest things.
And that's also what makes Hans cheat, when you don't want to assist.
Ne?
What's wrong? Whoa. You see that you took it far. You took it far. I was with you. Like, I was like, yes, whoa.
Gigi, can I, based on what you just said, can I quickly just say something, right? I have dated someone before. In fact, not just one person, two. But obviously it wasn't at the same time.
Okay.
And so,
Okay.
and this person, whatever insecurities they had, every time, at that time, obviously I wasn't working and they were working. So when I do something in the household, like maybe ngiwashe or cook or whatever, they'd complain and they'd say, "No, but I said that I'd do this when I come back, whatnot." Right? It became a thing and it was a serious thing. So it didn't make sense to me. And I was like, oh, well, you know. But then at a later stage, when it broken up, it kind of hit me that they felt like if it was their act of service. Because women can be like that.
No, I'll agree.
Women can be like that. And it's a problem for at a later stage when the same woman, if they couldn't get what they wanted from the guy, who was just like a couch potato, when the relationship ends, it's easy for them to talk and say this person was useless. Because when the person was trying to find means of staying and doing something, the person wanted to treat them like a king. And when you don't allow me to treat you like that, it means you love me less because I have to keep buying you.
I mean, this person
It's
in
a problem.
particular was not putting in CV. In particular, was playing PlayStation all the time.
No, it's
Maybe
wrong.
he was a
So
gamer.
wait, was it two different
Maybe he was a
people?
gamer.
Yeah.
Maybe he was
No,
a-
no, 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 no.
Maybe he was harnessing
I
his
won't
gaming.
lie. My current nigga is the man of my dreams because he is a gamer and I'm a gamer too. You understand? Like I'm a mad gamer. I'll beat your ass any day.
FIFA.
You know? Anything.
Man,
FIFA,
that's not the only thing I'm dribbling.
But I will tell you, that man cannot. I'm not saying for me.
Yeah.
It's like if I ask you to do something,
Yes.
guys. It's not like if you can take out a tub of ice cream to eat on the couch, you can take out like the meat. And just
Especially
leave
if
it.
you're
Do you
communicating
understand?
that.
Especially for communicating. I don't allow my man to do washing. I don't allow him to. I mean, you know, like I don't allow him to cook. I don't allow him to do anything feminine because I always feel like that is my duty.
Yeah.
But if the car is dirty,
Yeah. No, do something.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Ah, come on.
We're not calling. We're not calling.
no,
we're not calling
you get me?
AA.
Yes.
The car is stuck.
and we need to be honest. Some like but some of y'all like
Yeah,
men's
no.
conference this year.
Yeah.
Neinyawo inukayo kuningi nje.
Like, guys,
Ophozo.
That's what you go around.
Money.
Amateki.
Is this love?
I'm actually gonna
Is this love?
Is this love?
Wow.
Okay,
Wow.
I've got a question for you guys.
I'm wondering.
Mbali, I've got a question for you, right?
Yeah.
As a 2K, do you feel like I'm gonna give you two scenarios for two different guys, right? So there is a daddy, ne? He's married, ne? With 2 kids,
Sure.
ne? And he never says no to anything you want, ne? And then there's your boyfriend, ne? He's a lifeguard at Shaka Marine.
Yo.
Jesus.
Sure.
He doesn't have kids, but he like goes to work every day. Sometimes he even does like overtime. And sometimes he says no to you. Who you picking?
But he's trying.
So you picking the other guy?
No.
Oh, okay. You're not gonna pick him.
Who
You're not
you
gonna pick
picking?
him. You're not gonna pick the swimmer.
I am.
Michael Phelps.
I'm picking the swimmer.
You're not picking Michael Phelps, bro. I know you guys. I know you guys. You guys are not gonna take Michael Phelps. You.
No, it depends. I don't know on what, but it depends.
Explain. You don't know
On
on
love.
what, but it
That's the thing you
depends.
don't believe in.
Yeah, but it depends.
Nah,
I don't know.
nah,
Like,
nah,
I-
nah,
but
nah,
it depends.
nah,
Can I put a mix in it?
Fine.
And yo, the stroke game is lit on Michael Phelps.
Yo.
It's lit on the swimmer guy like Chemi. He pancakes
Wait,
you
who be
up
that?
and down.
Who be that?
Stroke
Daddy
backwards,
or
just reverse, parallel.
Wait, who be that?
That's the broke one.
Daddy or swimmer?
Everything.
Who be that?
Nothing better than
Daddy or
broke dick.
swimmer?
The swimmer
Gotta
the
be
swimmer
honest.
is lit. Chemi is
Yeah,
lit.
it's gotta be the
bag.
Chemi
swimmer.
is lit.
Is
Give me
it?
the bag.
Huh?
The bag.
Nah, boy.
How?
Give me the bag.
Wena futhi.
boy.
Angeke Mbali, come on.
Guys, can we
Guys,
bring PD
the
jokes
bag.
on? Are we ready for PD jokes?
Yep.
Whoop whoop! After this, yo. And on my left wing, and everyone. I don't know what's
Yo.
wrong with me. I keep wanting to do that. Guys, I am super excited.
Oh,
He
love
came
it.
through. He's been here for a short part of our conversation. He's an entrepreneur. He is a viral sensation. He is a comedian. He is a musician.
Yes.
Ooh,
Listen,
come
and I
on.
feel like he's the
Come
funniest guy in the
on.
room, right?
Hi, Daniel.
Shout out to
Room.
PD Joe.
Yo, she's looking at me like from a joke. Sister,
Hi, Daniel, man.
So we've got tradition here. This is Shabin Chats.
Okay.
You basically have to reach into the basket and answer whatever question
Is in here.
on there.
Are they
So-
like sus questions? Oh, to me or to us? Okay. If you had to delete all but 3 apps from your smartphone, which ones would you keep? Facebook, TikTok, and Google.
Love it.
Okay, all right, okay.
Social media, cool.
Yeah.
I love it already.
TikTok, obviously, right?
100%.
How many followers do you have right now on TikTok?
Yo, road to 1 million, by the way. We are on 910.
Ow, my dog.
Been grinding for the 9K. I almost started stripping for that at some point. I was like,
Ah, guy.
You got banned at some point.
No, bang penela ma China. It's not ninja, but yo, violence, TPV. I was like, guys, it's a dog. But anyway,
Yeah.
yeah. But yeah, on and maybe Facebook because I think it's underrated. In general, I think it's still the number one. Not even. I think it is still the number
Yeah.
one, the biggest social media platform. So
Which piece of content started changing your life? Because I swear you just like blew up
out of nowhere,
overnight.
I've been in the game for 4.5 years now. So there's a couple of things. I think 2 years ago when I got my blue check, I was like, cool. now explore, expand the mind, and then or on TikTok.
No. Correct.
Yeah, so then I was like, expand the mind, hence the food reactions. I was like, this makes me stand out of everyone. Like everyone.
Good.
The
Check.
with the food stuff, 100%. Food is life, It's gonna make
So
sense.
you never really run out of content.
Never. Like, guys, I think the same way you get so sad when you don't get a good morning. I feel
No, I
the
don't.
same.
But okay. Okay.
Who else, man? Bring it on the smoke.
But I'm a content creator, Gigi.
Yeah.
I feel like it's an honest conversation with myself. I'm a content creator. If I don't produce content, then I'm a chance Anjay. You know, the person is one viral, one song viral, then you are.
Yeah.
Me, I have to cry.
Oh, you run.
It's true.
Yeah.
And what does that look like for the lady in your life? Because, I mean, that's like, I once read an article about a comedian and, like, his wife was complaining about how, like, everything is funny.
Yeah.
Like, everything, imagine, like,
No, you know what I'm
baby,
thinking.
stay soft. Like, it's
Aren't you
like,
doing that all the time?
yeah, it's like, can you take something seriously? The bill needs to be paid.
As a comic, I think that's what I'm saying. You have to be smart with your brand because, I mean, comedy is just a part of who I am. But how do I make money? Like, you need to find ways to make money. But but I can also be a serious dude, to be honest. And I feel like they say the comedians get the girls most.
How's that?
I'm sure.
My dog.
I just say Marilyn Monroe did say, if you can make her laugh, you can make her do anything.
Yes. Totally.
Would you agree?
Yeah, Bambal.
Ngati.
But
Oh, Bali, bro.
I'm so tired. Yes.
Does have money.
Does have Bali.
Yeah. So who are you
Not
picking?
money, dog. Don't put it that way. Like, it does
It's
have...
money. Women want provision.
No,
Yeah.
not that
Yes.
deep. Come on, it's not
That's
that
what she
deep.
said.
Come on, it's not that deep.
Honestly, women want provision regardless how you put it, whether you're going to push your career
Yeah, but it's not money. Maybe we should say mula.
Oh, God.
first. Mola, she wants to cheat.
Don't make it sound serious.
I'm on
It's
Funa
not deep.
soft. Oh, soft.
Funa soft.
Funa soft. Wowza.
Yeah, I see you.
so what came first? Did the rapping come first, or did the
Music.
comedian?
Music came first, and
Right.
music was putting the bills.
Okay.
Was it hip hop?
Yeah, legit. Since I'm a writer, so I sing more than I rap. So the writing from poetry to any other song. So that's just where music comes from. So the music wasn't making it. I tried covers, I tried freestyles, I tried being an MC rapper, got myself dissed.
Yes.
I was like, nah, I'm not having this.
Yeah.
And then comedy was another channel because I think when one door closes, another
Door
one opens.
opens,
So I was
yeah.
like, let me see what's gonna happen here. Let me
Yeah.
Try and grow the brand through
Yes.
that. So yeah, that's why.
What's your
I
channel?
like
Can I,
that.
can I ask a question, actually?
Okay, sorry.
Just to open it to the floor. Ladies, how do you feel about men being on social media? Do you feel like it's the state of men being on social media? Do you feel like it's too much? Nah, I'll tell you my opinion, right? I'll tell you my opinion. I'll tell you my opinion, right? I think, my man, if you're making money on social media, my dog, do you, right?
But if he's
All love, right? But if you're just on social media, just commenting on everything, just everything,
No, I don't
right?
want you
So I'm
commenting
gonna
on
open it to the floor. How
Yeah.
do you ladies feel about men being on social media, not making money, taking selfies? Is that way?
I don't fuck with that shit.
I already discovered which is bad money.
She just wants to live. Who said that? Vuga? Somebody said.
The being Bali is silent, eh?
Yes.
So it's enough for you. And then
Well, to respond to what you're saying, I think, guys, honestly, lento yokuthi a man can cry, a man can do this is just bullshit for me.
Okay.
Be on social media if you want to be there, but it's just a bit funky for men. Moves like a woman when you have a man.
Please
And
elaborate.
when you
Move
are
like
a
a
man.
woman.
and how would you
You know what I
describe
mean?
that?
Yeah.
How would you
Yeah.
describe move like a woman in a sense?
Like if a man.
Shabu?
Oversharing.
No.
No, that licking
Like,
of lips sounds
let me respond to that. Let me.
That's it.
He has it done. How many times is done with licking the lips?
Show me the.
No.
I'm just saying, Wuti,
Okay.
like
yes.
when you just now it's almost like you're trolling and you're just in like every woman's business or every man's business. You just want to respond and you want to be ugly
On every
and you're
trend.
trying too hard.
Yeah.
I think also to some
To some
saying,
extent.
I think for a man, ultimately, a man must be productive with his time.
Yes.
The issue becomes
Yeah.
when whatever he's doing, it's not productive. Because he might just be that guy who gets the praises and the validation
Yeah.
online. But when I come, like, baby, come on.
Busy uyahleba lapha kwa-Twitter. Yonto oyaziyo le.
But some people like that. Some people are into that. Some people are into that.
Gigi, what do you think?
Because I would say the same about girls who they're just for visuals.
Can I just add to that?
What do you mean?
Bakhona bama-visuals. Bakhona nje abangena nje nge-sound vele. Azange nokulip synca.
Yes.
And for some weird reason, I promise you, it's like I already timed the 360.
Yeah.
At any point, a girl's gonna do a 360. in the
Sure.
video. At any point. Oh my God. Yeah. For some weird reason.
When I love that song, my God.
I know that.
Yeah.
Like, don't show me. And then
At the end. What for? Right?
that's the one.
That's that.
I can't hate on my girl for doing that on her own today.
Yeah.
But also as a man, I'm like, ish.
Yeah.
Girl. Guinness Queen.
Yeah.
Oh.
Also, Banyan Square.
Oh, it's quite as a thing.
Of course, like
I
if a
am
man
Guinness
is not
Queen.
protective over his shandies, is weak.
True. Do you think? Do you guys think that men are still providers and protectors? This goes specifically South African men. Do you think we are?
No, because
What?
yes and no, because unemployment rate number one, we were unable to
Provide and protect.
Right. So
Okay.
I think it's okay that
No, Kanyumbao said men should be
Yeah.
providers.
Umbali akambe kancane ngoba
Kuluma wena. Nisile nina.
Thetha mbali, thetha mbali.
Okay, at the future.
Fine.
Kuluma
Thetha
wena,
mbali,
okay.
thetha mbali.
Kanyumbao said men should be providers and protectors. And that's on Kanyumbao.
Yes.
and then women should be
Women.
You yabona ke no yabona ke is there.
Women, men in your womb. Women.
Men should serve women.
no, what should you do for him?
Man, wait.
No, hold on. Some booze and
No,
some drink.
guys, I'm just calling from Kanyumbao.
Men
Don't get me
should
wrong.
serve-
Don't get me
She said men should serve women.
Bruh.
Men should serve women.
Don't get me wrong. I'm just quoting.
I just have a question. I just have a question.
Umbali is the power.
What's the question? Y'all are not answering anything. What was the question?
We're talking about Bali and then
No, my question was, do you guys believe that men, specifically South African men, are still providers and protectors?
You know what?
what
Say,
had happened.
remember also the POV, point of view yako.
Yeah, point of view. Yeah. Like, guys,
Joe.
there's a problem.
What's the problem? Just
Incentive.
incentive. Okay.
Sentence.
Oh.
Specifically
Okay.
incentive.
Go on.
Like,
Wee. Go back.
Talk to us. Like we are very curious to know.
izokufaka kuma-plot. Ukuthi zifaka kuma-plot. Okay. Esentini khona i-economy. Ingane. Mefikela kusentini. Into yatshintsha. No, but so uphili mefika esentini. Itafula ingane.
Liyashintsha. Akusakubona kusasabo. Abo.
Abo. Yabo.
Sentence city lights too bright.
Esentini banjani? Yabo. But I always say that easy come, easy go.
Yeah. Yes.
You know? And that's what girls need to understand. But yeah, like easy come for real. For real. No, for real. There's some girls who are like spiritually tied because you've decided to, you know. But that's a story for another day.
Yeah.
Salt, girls.
That's
Rub
a
salt.
story for another day.
Rub salt and
But as South African men, I think we must ask you guys. Okay.
I was about to
As
ask.
a South African woman, I just want to ask South African men. Why can't you, like, if so rights endlini so thola umsebenzi, why imali iphelele like endaweni weird? Like kwenzakalani ngathi most usebenza when you start working, it's like the first thing you must get is like on the to-do list, get a side chick. And like,
Nje.
but when you were
I
broke,
think-
I swear to
Nje.
God, that was not the
I hear
case.
what you mean. But there's a lot of things. I like what you said earlier about which men are living tough lives. And we don't want to have those chats. Number one, it's umuntu magai out, so he doesn't only have himself to a responsibility. It plays a huge role.
Facts.
Then you tell him lumba check. And then I'm 6K as those guys. You understand?
Like that.
So that's why also because you fail to see the level where the man is at.
Sure.
I always say to Amachita, never ever move in. Never
but
mind trying to hear me out. Never.
As in land, God.
I'll get to that. I was about to say. As a
But
into a relationship, this is what I personally believe.
Talk to me.
Right?
If you're gonna go here.
And also don't move in with a chick with a man who's never lived by himself.
real talk.
Okay.
Right there.
Got you.
Come on.
Right?
Got you.
And this is the most important thing because I want to know about from rest, then now you get
So
why the
sure.
seat is up, why the socks are there.
Why the couch is like
Yeah. Sing out my chicks on the TV. I got
Couchy, fancy face.
But I genuinely think you must also, because they like to marry somebody who can provide. True. So men marry for youth. So Masaka told you in his mind is like, hey, too. For men, I think value is in youth when it comes to women. I know it's weird because ask any 30+ old woman who's single, how's the unja anumcholo? Zila.
Yeah.
Nothing's gonna change there.
Yeah, facts. No, but that is biology, right? A woman marries.
Wait, hold on.
A woman
But
marries.
Thanda abantu abancane at heart
them.
because there's that.
Manipulate,
Because then for
That's
me,
also take
I'm just saying
advantage.
ukuthi ushatelani. Okay, angibe kanje. Right? Kuthiwa ukhula naye lo muntu usazoba isigogwana lo muntu mhlambe umbona as such esena 35 wena mhlambe una 45 but you know ukuthi there's that inner child and then there's that element where they say women are given the talk before they get married ukuthi indoda ushushintsha conduct right and then the woman tries to appease indoda yakhe engathi appease idlozi yeah but this 50-50 thing also it can be questionable because it depends it's a problem ayikho leyo nto
hey you must help in the kitchen makuphuka igiza sister akhala steppies
No.
Okay.
But you think really hard. It's important. I think really hard.
Can I ask you guys a question? No. Who do you think is gonna find it easier to date? A single 35-year-old male and a single 35-year-old female?
The male.
The guy is gonna finish us.
Yes.
Absolutely.
This lady, me, I've seen her. Now it becomes desperate. Yeah.
It becomes tough because you can't date younger because once a man can provide who's most likely older. But Magafia go older, the older guy when I'm kids, an ex to someone is got this.
Truth.
I'm super excited. What am I to I'm a dollar food. I'm a man.
They know what they want. Same with you. I'm not to pick some out. I want a rich man.
Yeah.
I want a man can provide.
Shut up.
Amadoda amadala this is what they're doing.
No. Sorry, yeah, but I need to.
Amadoda amadala all they're just doing is
for young girls that
I
know
struggled
nothing about life.
senginemali manje sengimdala ngingathola nomani
Intanga yami
engifisayo
ayifuni ngoba into engizoyisho uzazi nginamanga.
Ngicela ukhuluma iqiniso.
50-year-old man.
You know when
50-year-old man. Akayifuni 50-year-old
know
woman.
about you now.
Yeah, ngoba lona nje. Yeah, ngoba nje.
Okay.
I'll food in Tangazak, to be honest. So these are really tough conversations, yeah?
No, I was going to say to you though, the reason why the older guys also prefer young girls is because ngikhuluma nomfazi wami is easier. You understand? Ngikhuluma nomfazi wami. So sometimes like I hear ukuthi usile, but it's also just safer to get into like a predicament than like that. Then somebody wants to come in like 35, she's got 3 kids, like you know.
The advantage about men, they can always choose.
No, but
then you
Yes.
the advantage of men is that they can always
They can always
and the
choose,
problem is that
guys.
there's a new phenomenon that's coming about, guys. The slaking.
Slaking.
There's a what?
It's slaking.
And nakhona yaphila shem.
You guys are making more money now than you did
Sugar
in the past,
baby,
right?
sugar son.
Yeah, we're living now.
These old ladies in Sensen are
Ngicela
suffering.
Now my
Try me.
PlayStation 5.
Totally. Yeah.
Hey, my darling. Also, I saw this meme. when I'm meme person, I saw this meme. This lady, she had a fat hand like this. You can see this hand. It's washed school uniform. It went to varsity.
Yeah.
It's been a lot. It's doing the Shosholoza train.
Yeah.
But it finally got a tender and it's on and it's fat. And it's like, oh, my child.
Yes.
Whatever you want.
I think I've seen that hand.
Did you see that hand? Those ladies, to me, they will buy.
Do you know why?
What do you want? Golf 7. I'm gonna buy it for you.
Yeah.
If I would be
And they
honest,
dial out.
it's because it's because manje
Walk boats will ride.
one, it's a hill you guys are going to die on. It's super sendot. You can be career driven all you want. No matter 35 and have this big house and a big car. Ufuna ubuya.
Facts.
When she was grinding so hard in the late 20s towards the early 30s, she wasn't interested in a man because I'm doing me, boo boo.
That's
I'm
right.
doing my bag.
Yes.
And then now she's 35. Who's hating on her 35? I mean, I'm 30. I can still hit on a 25-year-old.
Totally.
It's just unfortunate.
You're 30.
You got the bag,
You
though.
look younger.
I know.
If you got the bag though.
If I got the bag.
Yeah, maybe.
No, but Gigi just said, kunama-slay king manje. Abantu besilisa ba-right manje.
Slay Kings bazosiqeda. Ngiyantshela.
We are
Ngithi
woke
ama-Slay
now.
Queen. Siloke
Fully.
sikhuluma kanje.
We just arrived. We just arrived.
And futhi bathanda amacita so.
We just arrived.
Bathanda amacita so.
We just arrived.
This earring.
Jayam.
It's problematic.
Ungajoli. Don't date.
We know our worth now.
Ayenze njani?
Bayeke, eh?
Ayenze njani
Keep
ngajoli?
working on yourself.
No, I
Just
don't
keep
want-
being
I don't
better.
want-
Push out a
I want to lie for
Ngiyobona machit. Yeah. Just
No, we are
Kunin bamba bo left.
Again.
Sikwali mosa ngithi kunin bamba bo left. Kunin bamba bo left.
uyochekela amantombazana adlala ibhathi unamanga lo amantombazana amancane sorry
I'm 35 years old.
way
Kamumraw kam.
Okay.
Did le Bloemfontein lo gigo tlo khutla ka usa. Ta go lateka phosh.
So, okay,
I'm
so
actually stressed.
are we agreeing or disagreeing that South African men can provide and protect? Can we agree or disagree?
We can.
No.
South African women are
Can
too
we put it on-
entitled to our money. We can.
We can.
but how also are too entitled to do it.
Of course they can, guys. Come on. Like, I don't even think
There's a balance of lazy
South
men.
African men can
but
provide.
that's the thing, right? It's a catch-22 because
What's the scale
No,
then
but guys-
to hard-working men and just lazy men? What's the scale? What's the...
awikho umsebenzi noyihanga washa ayikho imali.
Yes, wena
Masithengisa
umsebenzi.
amazamba bahleka bathi hey, not him, you know.
Not him.
Mazama, you know what I'm saying?
Ubani
boy,
Yeah.
ikamela musiphengi so in the beach after a big thing yasebenza. I-office lami in the
Why
ocean.
bayenza kanjalo?
Mangithi
Hayi.
office bekanti khona.
Umona, banomona.
Why benza nje? Basile.
Ushangithola no baby breakstroke
Basile.
mara ngeke.
Basile.
Mina, guys, I have a theory.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't know if it's theory, but it's just my thoughts, right? I think Uguti Ile Queens
Yes.
Queens.
in the long run. I don't want to mention popular names because I've noticed that it's already happening. This thing of trying to be unrealistic and go there for the moneyed men, eventually, ayibasebenzeli, especially the independent ones. They're not getting full and the satisfaction is not there. And I think it's because as women were naturally made to be in a certain specific type of way. Like I said, I don't want to mention names, but bakhona abantu that who are in the industry, influencers as well. It's just not working out. No Daddy Babo, right? And abantu bahamba ngamaLamborghini nani obubabo, and then it's back and forth because they want to uphold this thing yokuthi nginendoda enemali. Next thing, gone. Exactly, gone. Manje sengifuna uslim la.
Yeah.
Because I want
Bali.
where it's really real.
Yeah. I just want to say a side note, I'm not a slay queen.
Can I just say though also, right? I mean, I fully agree with what you're saying, 100%, right? And I do think, and I know I've been very like, yo, men this, and women da. I still do think that men do need to take a certain level of accountability.
Sure.
There is no area that we have a high unemployment rate, right? But there's a lot of men that are not even showing up, bro. Like, it's one thing to say, bro, sometimes all you need to do is literally show up.
Yeah.
Take
As
responsibility
often,
for your actions,
right? I
okay.
feel like we using this
Narrative, yeah.
narrative to our advantage to
Yes,
say,
yes.
yo, we don't need to. Guys, you see the unemployment rate, right? Yes, it's a tricky time, but it's not a tricky time in just South Africa alone.
Yes,
It's a tricky time
everywhere.
worldwide, right?
Yeah, guys.
And there's certain
Right?
men that are out there literally figuring it out.
Yeah.
Right? They
With the
literally
Zambak and all,
think.
we're trying to
Antola smile.
Exactly.
I might not
Yes.
have a hit yet, but like,
No, I got you.
Exactly.
say this,
So
to add
on
to
my
what
last
you're
point,
saying.
on my last point, what I wanted to say is sometimes as men, we do need to realize that we need to work on ourselves. Some of us are just really, honestly speaking, right, mentally weak.
This should be a
Like I'm just being 100% honest. Some of us men are just mentally just weak, right?
Yeah.
We're not willing to come up. We're not willing to show up. We're not willing to come to the party. We're just saying, it is what it is, and we're being mentally weak, and we need to work on ourselves instead of doing things and being in spaces that we don't deserve to be in.
Just a quick one. I just wanted to say while I'm here because I know we're about to wrap
No,
up
we're
soon.
not.
We're not.
I just want to
More or
say,
less.
I just want to, okay, continue your point.
But
Then we'll
ngifuna ukusho ukuthi, South African women, we really do love you. So we appreciate you, ladies. Yeah, ngikhuluma ngabantu basekuqala. Bathi tshela ukuthi
Yeah,
ngizombi.
in issue.
So I'm busy. Niger man. What's Niger man? Wants for food.
Not me.
That was for food.
I want Caucasian.
You want Caucasian?
Caucasian, yeah.
But we love you guys. We appreciate
Yo.
you. Single mom, we see your hard work. Yes, it didn't work out, but it's not the end of your life. We just have love for you. Stand any back nuts. We have wounds, we are hurt, we are broken. And give us a chance. I mean, a great woman can spot a king from far.
Absolutely.
A great woman.
Absolutely.
So, yeah.
Absolutely.
That's my point of view.